The mindset hack for today, as you know, always based in science, positive neuroscience. Part of the positive psychology science is the study of emotional intelligence. And what I'd like to do for the next 15 mindset hacks is to actually shed some light on mindset specific hacks for each element of emotional intelligence. A lot of people think that emotional intelligence is just about understanding your own emotions and that of others, where it is so much more than that. So I recommend that you actually watch all 15 of these mindset hacks, because it will give you a full understanding of what EQ is in total. But also to really understand that the reason why EQ, emotional intelligence, is part of positive psychology is because it has a direct correlation with well-being, with the scientific definition of happiness, PERMA, which is positive emotions, engagement and flow, positive relationships, meaning and purpose, achievement and accomplishment. And yes, there is a huge correlation that EQ is actually more beneficial to us than IQ, intelligence. And the reason why is because EQ has such a direct link to our achievement and accomplishments, but our positive relationships, how we regulate our own emotions, how we step into a place of flow, and also how do we connect to meaning. And so that there is a huge connection there, as you can see. Today, I'd like to start on one of the first elements of emotional intelligence based on the EQI2 system of emotional intelligence. And that is an element that is part of what surprises a lot of people, that self-perception is part of EQ, and basically the way that we look at ourselves. And part of the self-perception realm, there are three elements. And the first element I'd like to discuss with you today is that of self-regard. And I think a lot of my students and a lot of people that I travel with would call it self-esteem. Not exactly interchangeable, but close enough. And self-regard can best be defined as the way that we look at ourselves in full light of our positive as well as negative qualities, the way that we look at ourselves. And so self-regard can be high or can be low. Super high self-regard can be a little bit annoying, because then you could be perceived as arrogant if none of the other emotional intelligence elements balance that out. And really low self-regard indeed relates to someone would say about themselves that they have self-esteem issues. Now, what's the positive psychology mindset hack that I can give to you on this? Well, many, but I'm going to give to you one. One of the issues that people with lower self-esteem tend to have, so they look at themselves negatively in light of their negative qualities, but maybe even their positive qualities as well, is that they're not fully aware as to what causes them to not thrive. They may ruminate on all of their limiting beliefs and their negative emotions, but they're not thinking about what makes me thrive. And what makes you thrive is fulfilling your own needs. And so, I'd like you to think about is what needs of yours needs to be fulfilled in order for you to feel better about yourself. And if that's hard to figure out, then I want you to think of a time of your life where you were thriving, right? And what is it that you then had present that you'd like to have again? What emotional needs or were fulfilled at that moment in time. So I want you to explore, as the mindset hack for today, what needs do you need to fulfill in order to say about yourself that you can look at yourself more positively? What are those needs? And to create a sort of an inventory, an internal checkup, what needs are currently not being fully met right now, rather than focusing on the issue of I have low self-esteem issue. That's kind of like a statement, and then you can't do anything with that, and so what are your needs that you aren't fulfilling? If you're really bold, you're going to act on that. You're either going to authentically communicate that with honesty to other people. If that's really scary to you, or you don't know how to do that, you may want to look indeed to what I teach for a living, which is NLP. And we do have a sneak peek available for the NLP foundation class, or NLP practitioner class. And so if you would like to have more information on that free sneak peek, then just email me at info@globalnlptraining.com, or if you're on Instagram, just hit my bio link, and then you'll find an easy way to head to my website and get in touch with my team. So that's the mindset hack for today. And